and welcome back to Minecraft on the Tekkit Packet with me, Blue Star. I'm up here in my house, just spent the night. Figured, give us a different view of where we started with. Um, kind of had some weird issues with the game. I ended up, believe it or not, finding my original game package that I played on, that I started the series on before I had to rebuild this world here. The only issue is yes, I'm able to open it. Yes, I'm able to walk around in it, but I can't edit nothing. Literally, if I punch out this block of dirt right here like this, log out of the game, log back into it, I'll be exactly wherever I was, but I can't edit nothing. So it's still glitchy, it's still buggy. Just thought it was weird. Probably getting eggs from the magnet. So, show you what I've done here a little bit. As you can see, I started digging out here. I am getting ready to start thinking about building a turbine. I put in the redstone here last time. I changed my output from about 2K to about 6.7 here. I definitely have a lot more power, but literally everything that I am producing, my laser drill is eating. I'm not exactly sure how much power the laser drill itself is capable of taking. I want to say it's close to like 20K. So I'm close to a third of how much power it can take. Now, like I said, that's my best guess. I don't know in detail what it takes, but that's what's going on with it. So I figured with that being in mind, I need to go ahead and start putting in the turbine. And that's why I started digging out the hole there, and then I broke the pickaxe. As you can see, the shovel's almost broken. The axe is over half dead. So I decided to make myself this thing right here, a power fist. But the power fist requires some upgrades. Namely, click on Tinker's Table here and open up the power fist. It has the ability right up here, if you were to look at these, it says you can put an axe in it, you can put a pickaxe in it, and you can put a shovel in it. So let's do that. I believe I have all the materials. I built most of these materials off screen that it requires. I believe it's just these right here that I'm going to be needing to put the tools into it. So first, let's do a pickaxe. 3 iron and a solenoid. Okay. Go ahead and put the shovel in there. Did I have enough? Nope. 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 Let me get this right. The other thing is I wanted to upgrade the pickaxe to a diamond upgrade. Allows you to be able to pick, as you can see, modules up to obsidian. That's going to take it 3 diamonds and a solenoid. Okay, that's got all those. Now there's more upgrades I was going to be doing here. Actually put on my chest piece right here, please. Thank you. What did I have? I had the HV capacitor. Ah, that's why I had these right here. Is to make an HV capacitor, you have to have wire and a redstone cell frame that I've done before. So, do that here. And now we have a total of 5 of these HV capacitors, which is what the elite battery takes. That way I can put an elite battery into everything. Cool. Now battery size. Let's right now, let's just make the legs have maximum power. So as you can see here, it changed. As I increase the battery size, the weight goes up. That mainly will affect, you know, how heavy the armor is considered for flight. So as you see, there's my fist. And as you can see now, I have the shovel as one of the attachments here. I also have a pickaxe, so I am able easily, it does not matter now if it's dirt or stone, I'm able to use my power fist instead of other tools. The thing is it does require power. So I have to be careful of that. Which right now, you know, my pants is capable of charging. Is capable of, you know, charging the power up. So I now have that as a power fist. There are other upgrades I'm wanting to do. Let me go back upstairs and show those to you real quickly here. For instance, I started building this right here, the iron thruster. And that is because my chest plate has the ability to put in a jetpack. But as you can see, it requires 4 of these iron thrusters. And they're not cheap. They are not cheap at all. It looks kind of easy when you look at it here. It looks kind of okay, easy. You know, I got three Invar ingots, glowstone, wire. Then you look at this force field emitter right here. And as you can see, at the center of it, it wants a tesseract frame. Yeah. And it wants 1,000 millibuckets, so that's right at 8 ender pearls right there just to build, you know, just to fill the liquid. Plus, then you got to have the indium ingots, which then again, you know, is more in there. It really starts to become expensive. You know, diamonds are going to be required, lots of diamonds. So, you know, not really hurting too bad for diamonds right now. You know, I'm starting to get a surplus of it, but lots of materials going to be required here. Well, I'm kind of glad, you know, I've got the redstone in my reactor down there, you know, and I've at least tripled my ore production speed right now. Oh, look at there. Another diamond right there as we speak. The other thing I'm wanting to do is I'm wanting to also start working on coming up with a sorting feature here. I hadn't actually figured out the details yet, but the tesseract down there beside my reactor sends power up to the drill. The drill, you know, then gives that power out to the pre-chargers, charges those up, and then the output of the laser drill itself, that same tesseract is able to take that item and send it to this one, which deposits them in this chest for me. But I need to start figuring out how to sort this. You know, for instance, like a piece of coal here. A piece of coal I can pulverize, but then it'll immediately, you know, get dumped into the furnace. The furnace will cook it, and that gives me, you know, graphite. Well, I don't necessarily, you know, want all my coal turned to graphite bars. You know, I may want to keep coal. So I have to figure out how to, you know, put a sorting system on the output of this tesseract, you know, divide up the different ores. You know, have some of it just go get pulverized, some of it get pulverized then cooked, some of it goes straight into the furnace and get cooked. So I've got to start figuring out how to build a sorting system to sort all those, and then, you know, add more redstone or furnaces based on my needs. But that'll be a future video. Mainly, I just want to show you right now this new toy I just got. Ouch. As you can see, just makes it just like pretty much like I had a diamond pickaxe. Now, you might be noticing my inventory right next to my power fist right now. That is one of my energy cell frames, and you're probably like, why are you carrying that around in your inventory? Well, very simple. As I'm walking around, if I build more power than what I'm currently able to use, for example, you know, if I max out my battery here, you know, everything in my pants can charge up and hold, everything in the power fist can hold. Any excess power that I'm not needing will then go into the energy cell frame. But it does have to be on my bar. I don't have to actually hold it. It just has to be on my hot bar. Oh, that hurt. Thank you. And that's why I had the jetpack off. How far down am I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. Not exactly sure how deep I need to go yet. Like I said, I just now started the basics of digging out the hole here. Now there's lots of other attachments I can put into my power fist here. I do know there is a lighting module that I can put in, for instance. That way I don't have to carry torches around no more. I just click a special button and I can make my own light torch or light bar. But again, that's going to be, you know, more materials needed, and probably one of the next things that I'm going to save up to, unless I can think of it, is I need to find a way to make a weapon. And probably, you know, finish getting the thrusters done. That way I can wear my normal body armor and fly. I will more than likely still be adding, you know, the axe itself to this. So I have all the tools covered. And then once I get those done, I'm more than likely going to be working on the the shields. Yeah, I have to activate the shields on the armor. Right now it's just kind of like wearing iron armor, because there is no shielding ability until, you know, I add that. Cool. I am going to switch to my old shovel here, mainly just to use it. Notice it's just thrown away, but I can still use it a little bit here. Okay, how deep are we? Torch is at 1, so underneath the torch, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, only 9 deep. Okay, here we go. Standing at 56, fall in the hole, sink down. I'm at 46, so that should be 10 blocks. I'm currently 10 blocks down. I think this needs to be the length of my rotor shaft, so I still have to add the case around that, so I gotta go at least two more down, minimum. Okay. I don't have the lighting ability yet, so I got to do lighting the old way. Okay, just to make sure nothing spawns down here. Torch there, one there, and one there. There we go. That should do the basics of my turbine right there. It'll be the same width as my reactor here. So there's it. I'm still deciding if I want to build, maybe come over here and put a staircase in that way I can get down to the bottom of it, or when I'm build it, I'm just done with it. And quite haven't made up my mind there yet. I'll continue working on it. I also need to do research. I might have to go slightly deeper. The main thing is I've got to figure out how much steam this guy will produce. They consider it a 5x5x3 with 5 reactors. From the research I've been doing that's how people refer to it. I thought they counted the outside of the frame. I thought it was like 7x7x5. They actually only refer to the inside section, and they call it a 5x5x3. So, a little bit more research. Finish up the hole here. Start building the building blocks to build the turbine here. I'm going to do that on screen. I want y'all to know how I build the turbine. So I'll be gathering pieces, start building the blocks. With that being said, some of the stuff that's going to be needed, turbine, is obviously I'm going to have the housing right here, which is going to need this cyanide ingot. Very simple, been getting this as my waste product. The glass, just a block in glass. The actual controller here is this, the plutonium. To get plutonium, I need plutonium dust. Come on. Melting, redstone furnace. I think I just remembered. Agree. I need a special machine. There it is, cyanide reprocessor. That's what I need to go build. Oh, I don't lose it real quick. Let's actually build this guy real quick. I think I have all the materials upstairs. It's dark again. Okay, so to build it, I needed reactor casing, which I need graphite. Need some graphite. I needed some tellurium. What else did I need? I needed basic iron. That's not a problem. Get rid of some of the stuff real quick. Okay, what else did I need? Gonna need to build this, which is just straight iron, graphite, and tellurium again, no big deal. Piston's gonna need some wood and redstone. Get some redstone. Well, definitely take care of the wood problem real quick. I think I already had some anyway, but never hurts. What else did I need? Just need some cobblestone. Okay. Not a problem. So first up, let's build the pistons. We've done pistons half a dozen times. We need 2 of them, if I'm right. 2 pistons, 2 redstone. Okay. Thank you. 2 redstone, 2 iron, 2 pistons. Then we needed reactors times 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That an iron. 4 of those. Now we need the glass again. Okay, let's see, redstone, glass, 4 reactors, 2 pistons. What am I missing? Piece of iron. Bingo. There's our finite processor. I'm right, I just have to drop that in there. Oh, water! We need water! Bucket, bucket, bucket. I just thought of something better. You know, it won't be as fast, but it'll still get the job done. Where is it? Aqueous accumulator? Oh, I thought I had one. I did at one point. Okay, water, water, water. There it goes. Water and power should start turn this cyanite into plutonium. As you can see, there it goes. Which is one of the materials that I need to make my turbine pieces. Namely, you know, the fluid port right here needs it. Power tap doesn't. Controller needs it. Ooh, that requires lots of diamonds. Glad I saw that. So, you know, may not need, you know, all of it, but I'll get at least a few pieces of it made. So guys, I hope you're liking the video. I'm not sure how much we got done in this video. Mainly, you know, I want to show you my power fist. You know, get it built. As you can see, makes quick work of the dirt at least. There are lots and lots and lots of other attachments I will be adding to my armor. Let's actually take a look at that. Let's end the video taking a look at my other connections. See with the helmet here, we got all these different armor levels. You know, I can just put the simple, you know, platings here. You got the iron, the diamond. But here's your energy shield itself. There's that force field emitter again. You know, I put in the elite battery. I think I can still put these smaller ones if I need to. I just know they add weight. For the helmet, I can put in solar chargers to help, you know, my generator and my pants. Here is the chest piece. There's the different, you know, armor levels again, batteries, movements. You know, I can add a parachute, a glider, jetpack, and then the dimensional tear generator here. That way I can kind of warp through time and space. Special attachments here, you know, magnet right there, which I'm kind of been, you know, ever since I've created this world, I've left the magnet on for cheat mode. Probably shouldn't have been doing that. Oops, a little bit of a cheater. Different cooling systems here. Pants, you know, you got different movements here. You got sprint assist, you know, help me run faster. You know, a jump. Swim boost, let me swim faster. Uphill assist. What the uphill assist does, I won't get it right away, but as you know, run over here real quick. Because I built stairs here, you know, I just walk up it, just straight up the staircase. What the step assist will do is make this like a step. This full block, it'll let me just, you know, walk a bit. Is what the step assist does. Back over here real quick. That's what step assisting does into the legs. You know, the boots here can have, you know, jet boots. See, they're not as strong as one jet. They tell you right there, they're not as strong as a jetpack, but they strong enough to counteract a little bit of gravity. There's the shock absorbers. That's one thing I want to put in. That's when I'm falling. Like right now, if I turn off my jetpack, oh, I don't even have it on. You know, I can fall a certain distance, you know, off a block or two, and I don't take any fall damage. That's 3 blocks. It's about 4 or 5. See, that takes a little damage. You know, falling down there 10 blocks definitely would hurt. So that would definitely reduce fall damage right there. And then obviously the power fist and all the modifications I can make to it. You know, it's all sorts of different. You know, add tools. I can add shears, the rotor tiller. There it is. The Lux capacitor. Launch a virtual infinite number of active light sources at the wall. It literally just puts a square right on a section of the wall when I launch it at it, and gives me a light source. You know, I can add my own crafting grid that I can carry the crafting table with me at all times. Excuse me. Different weapons here. You got the melee assist, just lets me punch harder. The plasma cannon, the railgun, the blade launcher, and the lightning summoner. You know, it has batteries and movement of a blink drive. So different attachments. We'll be looking at that more. But like I said, I'm starting building some of the turbine pieces that we need off screen, because I do know we're going to need a bunch of glass, a bunch of housings here. Going to need a controller. Definitely going to have a power port tap, maybe 2. I've heard that I think it has a limit on how much power the tap can handle, and the turbine has the ability of exceeding what 1 tap can handle. It'll need a fluid port or 2, a rotor bearing, the shafts I'm going to need, the blades I'm going to need. Can't build that. That's creative mode only. So, like I said, I'll start working on those pieces. I'll finish out the research, see if I need to go any deeper here. Try to get all the pieces I need. That way, next time I bring y'all back, we will be building a massive turbine here. Plus, there's a few pieces I'll have to make to change the reactor here, because this is considered a... I thought I told you. I know one's actively cooled and one's a passively cooled reactor, but pretty much what this whole entire tank is going to become is a steam engine to power the turbine. And what it does is it uses the same fuel I'm using right now. It uses the lithium and gives me the cyanite as waste, but the fuel ratio right here goes down versus, you know, gives me steam, and the output power of the turbine is a lot more than this. So like I said, I'll finish doing the research on that. Any modifications to the hull I need to do here, and start building all those pieces we need. So thanks for watching. As always, please hit the share, like, and leave a comment if you guys need to, and I'll catch you around next time. Bye for now.